The way you spell stuff too. It's just so.
What do you mean the way we spell stuff?
How do you spell color?
The right way.
No. That's not that's not the question I asked. I
Oh,
said, how do you spell color?
Colour.
Okay.
Ooh,
Okay. How do you spell hour?
Hour. Ooh,
Okay. Is it color or is it color? Thank you. Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah. Okay,
Okay.
cool.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Breaking Bells. I am Bobby, the Nintendo Guru, joined by the amazing, the wonderful Holly. What is up, Holly?
Hey, hello. How are you?
Hey, hello, how are you?
Hello, how are you?
What, it's nice to be back to just you and I.
Yeah.
That Kato thing last week was just terrible. I'm just kidding.
Come on.
I'm kidding.
I loved having her on.
No, she was phenomenal.
She's so sweet.
She is. She's
So
very
sweet.
She is very sweet.
Right.
She's very nice.
My topic, okay.
I like how you just rushed through that. Like, I say something kind of rude, you're just like, real quickly.
I'm like, yeah, I'm done with that. I'm ready
like,
to.
wow.
I'm ready to debate this with you.
Kato, I love you. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry
we
that Holly
really
doesn't
do.
want to talk about you that much. So go ahead.
Oh my god, the shade. Okay, so I want to know: do you think you have to abide by a certain core for your island to be good? Now, I'm gonna say core because I think theme is very, very different. So for everyone watching,
Okay.
core
Wait,
as
wait,
in.
wait.
Wait.
Explain what you mean by the difference of core and theme, because I think they're kind of the same.
So core is, I feel like core is when you. So when I think of a theme, I would think as like an island that is like Disneyland, or an island that is like Gotham, or an island that is
Okay.
more kind of like a theme, just a
Well,
set.
I mean, in all fairness, they could just call it cottage theme.
That is true, but I feel like core, it kind of assumes there's like integral things that you kind of have to do to achieve that certain look.
Gotcha.
And I want to know your opinion on this because I think we have both dabbled in certain cores, but I want to know if you think that makes a good island or
Not at all.
no, you don't think so.
Not at all, because here's the thing: you could claim that you did Cottagecore, but it doesn't mean that it's put together properly.
Very good point. Very, very good point.
Like,
Yeah.
I think it's a matter of things have to look and be very cohesive.
Yes.
And I think there's times where people get into this whole like, hey, this is Cottagecore, or hey, this is, and it just looks bad.
Yeah.
Or
it's just like copied or replicated from something else, and it's.
Yeah.
I feel like Cottagecore is very like free flowing and very, because it can be lots of little bits everywhere.
Yeah.
You can really make it what you want.
Yeah.
I really like cores. I think they're great.
Yeah.
So mine is kind of like I was going to do city core and it's just too far away from what I think I am capable of with custom designs and stuff. But you've got garden core, which I absolutely love. I actually adore it. Fairy core, forest core. We've kind of got all these different cores.
Yeah.
And I think because they all sort of tie in, I guess the whole point of the core is that it's all part of that one theme.
So here's the thing, like, so I started doing garden core, and basically how it came about was I started building in a stream.
Yeah.
And I had seen in one of the Instagram posts a particular garden that I liked.
Okay.
But I was like, I like it, but I'm not going to copy it. I'm going to make it my own. I'm going to take it and change it up big time. And I did. I basically made it bigger than it was. I replaced the fountain with statues. They had like shrubs on the corner. I took the shrubs out. I put statues on all the corners. And then when I looked at it, I was like, this looks a lot like a royal garden.
Yes.
As opposed to just, because I feel like, but rather than calling what I'm doing royal garden core, it just sounded weird. Because
it doesn't flow, does it?
No, because the other thing too is like what I feel like what I've been doing is leaning into some of cottagecore a little bit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, diversifying. And the one thing, there's things that I'm learning that are totally different than it's hard to break the habit. Like, not, non-symmetrical things, non-symmetrical things are just really hard to go against the grain. Like, there's times where I'm like, no, I gotta have 2 benches, I gotta have 2 this and 2 of this, and it's like, to some degree,
mismatched. I love it.
Yes, and what I've learned is some things should be symmetrical.
Yeah.
Some things shouldn't be symmetrical.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna have your core that's symmetrical, but then you need to flare it up with different things. And like, if whatever your focal piece is of the one side, it should be completely different on the other side. And what I mean by that is, if I have a bench here and a bench here, and a street lamp here and a street lamp here, and shrubs going around, right?
Yeah.
That's not my focal point. That's the foundation. When you take the fountain that you drop behind the bench, right? That's your focal point. That's your point that makes you go, that's where the eyes go when you first look at it.
Yeah.
Right? Now on the right side, it's got to be different. And that's when you start to implement different things that are, it's got to be the same size, but it's got to look different. And that's
100%.
But what I've done with Gardencore is I've basically went like, okay, here's your real garden feel to it and the flair, but I want to take it and add what I know as gardens in where I live, right? And what we do when we do retaining walls, so we have pillars. So I started to find items that could create a pillar effect. We also have boulders or rocks in a lot of stuff. So I've been implementing those as well as, like you'll see a thing where there's like a row of shrubs.
Yeah.
The flowering shrubs, right? It's like, hey man, that looks good. Let's break it up though. Let's put like a shrub, a rock
in between it.
Shrubs.
Stuff in between it. It's honestly, I think the first kind of major core was Cottagecore, and I am so sorry for everyone that I'm about to offend. Honestly, I'm sorry. Cottagecore for me is now, I'm done with it. It's been put in my face so much. It's kind of like the whole Raymond thing. I just feel like it's just been done and done and done. And I'm not saying those things aren't pretty or aren't interesting to look at, because they definitely are, but I think that's why I've decided to do something completely different, completely,
Again, okay, so I look at stuff on Instagram, right? And I go, there's stuff that's cottagecore that just stands out to me.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And then there's stuff that's cottagecore and I just go, man, these people, they're just doing like, I don't know what they're doing.
That's shoving some wooden fences places.
That's just garbage. You know what I mean? Like, so again, just because you're utilizing a core doesn't mean it's good, And,
definitely. I agree. And it's like, sometimes I look at, I don't know. I think because a lot of the same items are used and a lot of these sort of cottagecore islands, I think for me in my head I find it hard to differentiate, but there is that odd one that I think, wow, that like they've done that so phenomenally, but then they're usually the more slightly built up ones. And I just I'm not sure about cottagecore anymore. Honestly, I'm really not. I love gardencore. Gardencore and above is my.
I still love cottagecore.
Yeah,
I love all of them, but I think what the problem is cottagecore has become very oversaturated.
Yes, that is the perfect word. That's what I'm trying to say. And because it's,
and you gotta be able to look at it from a different perspective. And that's where I looked at it with what I was doing, and I changed up. Now here's the thing, I might get midway through my island. I might get midway through my island and just be like, okay, it's going to change now completely. And I think what the fun thing is with me is it's just experimenting and trying and putting stuff down and going, that didn't work, and let me pull that up. I don't like the way that looks. So, we're going to go with this. And so I think it's a tough juggling act. But I think when I look at Instagram, sometimes I look at pictures that people post and I'm like, man, you probably should have worked a little bit harder on that, or worked a little bit longer, like, and let it come around. You're just snapping the picture way before that area is done. The area is not done yet. Like, it may look good to you, but from the outside eye, something is off with it, and you got to work harder at it. So, do I feel like cores are like the be all end all, and they have to? No, you don't have to do a core,
but they have to be done properly. I feel like when they're for them to really stand out. And I just want to say this again, for anyone whose island that I've toured or anything that is Cottagecore, honestly, I think they're fantastic. It's more just like, I think I'm now preferring to see different things, you know? I'm preferring to see people that maybe go against it a little bit.
I mean, I think that we are in a situation where, I think a lot of what the situation is, people have put so many hours into the game that when something good comes off, people go, I need to shift to that.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Then it just becomes the oversaturation. And I think that once something else comes out, everybody will shift that way, and they'll go that way.
Yeah, that's a very good point, actually. I guess it's just what the curve is at the time, isn't it?
At the end of the day, the cream will always rise to the crop.
Yeah.
No. The cream will always rise to the top. That was it. Don't say it.
Yeah, something like that. I knew what you meant.
And it's what I meant was the cream will always rise to the top. And and that essentially means that, like, if you love Cottagecore, stick with it, do it, do it to 100%. Your perfection. And if you're doing it properly and you're doing it right, it's always people are gonna get wowed by what you're doing. So
yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I hope I haven't offended anyone.
Yeah, okay.
I think
let me explain something. You can't backhand people and then go like, I hope I didn't hurt you. No, it don't work that way.
Sorry, I really hate you, but no offense.
You've already slapped people down. I can see the dislikes hitting your channel now. And listen, people, remember,
bombed.
If you do Cottagecore, I love you. I don't have anything ill will against you.
I don't have any ill will against you either.
That is all. Thank you guys for watching another episode. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please slap the like button down below. Share it with all your friends. If you're not a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button. Unless Holly's offended you, then unsubscribe. It's fine.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Remember, every Monday and Wednesday, you will get a brand new video over here on Holly's channel. Every Tuesday, Thursday, my channel. That is all. Peace out, Preston.